What's up, guys? Nick here, and welcome back to our Throwback Thursday. Today we're going to be taking a look at the legendary Starfy. Now, I know this is not the legendary Starfy that most people know. This is the one that is exclusive to Japan, and this was the original Starfy. I grew up with the legendary Starfy, the one on the DS. But I don't have a DS emulator, so I can't really do that, or a DS capture card. So yeah, just gonna go with the Japanese release of the first game. You don't really need a dialogue. This is like a type of game where you really just know what to do. It's a pretty simple game if you don't know Legendary Starfy. It's a great game. I absolutely love it. I loved it as a kid, and I still do. It's one of my favorite games of all time, to be honest. And, yeah, so there are actually, I think, 4 Starfy games that haven't been released outside of Japan. This is one of them. This is the first one. But then you also have the, second one, which is also on the Game Boy Advance, and the third one also on the Game Boy Advance. And then you have the fourth one, which is on the DS. And then the fifth one is apparently a sequel to the fourth one. But you wouldn't know that because it's never been released outside of Japan. And there have been some what's it called? Some translations, or like attempts to translate it, but no one has actually like fully translated it and stuff. It is a bit tricky to know what to do at sometimes, but I mean, when in doubt, look it up on YouTube. Or you can just keep trying different techniques and stuff. Also, Starfy is a great character that I would love to see in Smash. There's a lot of different moves, and he learned a lot of different moves too. Like right now, he can't even use a spin attack right now. But there are a lot of moves that he'll learn over time. And especially in the legendary Starfy on the DS, it had a great addition of a ton of different power-ups, like the different monsters that he can transform into. And he really does deserve a spot in Smash. Like, you really only see him do the spin attack as an assist trophy, but there's so much more to him. Like, he has a spin attack, he can glide, he can do like a nose dive type of thing, but instead it's like sharp little point on his star. You also have there's like a more powerful spin attack, and I think there are a couple more. And then the power-ups that you get in the DS version, which is you can turn into a dragon, you can turn into a seal, you can turn into a ghost, and then you can also turn into a chicken, which can also be used as different powers for Smash Brothers and stuff. And I'm surprised there hasn't been like any mods like on any Smash games of Starfy. You know, because if you know my channel, I do Smashing Sundays, where I check out a mod every Sunday, and surprisingly there hasn't been a mod that I've seen of Starfy, which it's kind of surprising because he really does deserve a spot in Smash. But I guess some people don't. have enough maybe information or enough moves and stuff. Or maybe they don't have enough, they don't know how to do it. But like I've seen like mods of like Shadow the Hedgehog, Beautiful Joe, and a couple others which are really good, but haven't seen any of Starfy. Cause like if Starfy did get in Smash, she'd be like the only water creature other than Greninja. Like Starfy can go on land, as you can see right here, but he's mainly in the water. Alright, so it's the third one. Also, if you guys saw my last video, I do apologize. It was pretty bad. I don't know what happened. I don't mean the last Throwback Thursday, but the last video that I posted, which was Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. The frame rate was terrible, and I don't know why, but it just was, and I don't know what happened. Like seriously, it was going 1 frame per second. That's how bad it was. Like if you want to see how bad it was, check out my last video, because it was absolutely terrible. And I don't know why it was like that, but like even if when I opened the video file, like it showed that it was like 2 hours long, which it was not, and it also showed that it was it also showed that it was like an audio file, like it didn't even have any video, which I guess makes sense because like it was mainly audio, but I don't know why it showed it was 2 hours long. But yeah, I do remember playing Starfy as a kid, and I didn't beat the final boss for a while. It wasn't until like a couple years after I had the game that I beat the final boss, because I had to have my friend beat it for me, because the final boss, it's not really that hard. It was a little bit hard for me at the time when I was a kid, but at the end you have to rapidly press the X button so fast in order to win, and it's ridiculous how fast you have to press the X button in order to win. And there's so many times where I just lost, but my friend could really like mash the button really fast, and he had to help me out. And it wasn't like you beat the final boss and it's over. There's like a post game where you get to play as Starfy, which is Starfy's sister, and she has a little bit different of a moveset and stuff. Like I think she can crawl was her major difference. I think there were a couple other differences too. But yeah, I don't think Starfy got announced until the DS version, because I have played most of Destiny No Starfy 2, and I beaten Destiny No Starfy 1. All I have to do is just like beat Destiny No Starfy 2, which I'm pretty sure I'm almost done with, and then Destiny No Starfy 3, which all 3 games are actually really good. It's just they get boring after a while when you just keep playing them and stuff. I haven't played Destiny No Starfy 2 in a while, but yeah, it's still a great game. Just have better games to play than it. And in my opinion, like after playing Destiny No Starfy 1 and Destiny No Starfy 2, which is, by the way, I didn't mention, that's what it's called in Japan, Destiny No Starfy, or Destiny No Starfy, something like that. But yeah, I have to admit that after playing 2 of the games and a little bit of the 3rd game. Um, the original on the DS is definitely the better version and stuff. Definitely the better game. Cause like it has all those like cool power-ups, like turning into a dragon, turning into a seal, turning into a ghost and a chicken. Like all that is pretty cool, and also I feel like it has a lot more personality and stuff. Like the characters are a lot more funny, and like there are cutscenes where it's like comic book strips, which I absolutely loved as a kid. And I remember actually playing it when I was like on vacation at the beach and stuff. And I remember playing it, and back then I had my DS Lite, and funny story, I had my DS Lite, and like if you know DS Lite, it has like a shiny screen on top, and I wanted to make it more shiny, and like back then I was like 7 years old or whatever. And so what I did was I put the sink on, like I start the water running, and I put my DS like over it. And it was just a stupid mistake that I made as a kid, because I just wanted to make my DS more shiny. I don't know why. And my DS Lite like worked pretty well for like a good 3 months or so, but then it like basically didn't really die, because like that's battery dead, but like it stopped working basically. There were like a couple times where I actually like revived it, like I had to like shake it a couple times and then it actually worked. But I remember playing Starfy, and I remember being at like World 6 or whatever, where like it's a sunken pirate ship, and it was pretty funny because I was playing a game where you're mostly underwater, and then I put my DS Lite and I put it over the sink, or like under the faucet, I guess you could say. Not really over the sink, but you know what I mean. But yeah, it was really stupid of me, and I do regret it. But yeah, and then I think, yeah, I got a DSi, and I think that's where I beat Starfy. Cause like I was at World 6, I think I did beat the game, or maybe like I got to the final level, I think, before my DS broke. But alright, what am I supposed to do here? Alright, I forget what to do, but whatever, we'll find out. Alright, I guess I'm supposed to go behind him or something. But yeah, I remember there was 3 characters: Rocks, Papes, and Snips. And all 3 of them were pretty funny characters, and I enjoyed them. And I remember fighting their boss battle, and I was like had so much trouble with their boss battle, but like it was rock paper scissors basically, because they were rock, papes, and snips. And like I didn't notice that like it was like that they were gonna use that move for rock paper scissors, so I just like I think I went with rock for all 3 of them. And I didn't know like what they were gonna do, but apparently there was like some technique or something that I just didn't get as a kid. And actually, I remember naming crayfish that I had, a pet crayfish that I named Snips after the legendary Starfy, which is the main, like, I guess it's second in charge. It's not like the final boss, but it's like the boss that you think it's gonna be the final boss, but it's like second in command basically. And I named, yeah, my crayfish after it, which I thought was pretty cool. Alright, so now we're inside this whale's belly, because apparently there's something in it attacking its guts and stuff. So we have to find it and kill it. Yeah, I know it's hard to like know what's going on and stuff, because it's all in Japanese. But you know, you don't really need to know what's going on, because it's like you don't really need to for the story and everything. I mean, there are a couple points, like as you saw before, I had a little bit of trouble with, because I didn't know what they were saying and stuff, and I didn't know what to do, but you figure it out later on, or eventually I should say. Alright, so I'll probably just beat this boss up and then probably end the episode. Alright, so right here we're gonna get another power up in order to get through that area right there. But yeah, like seriously, Starfy does have a lot of moves, but it's like hard to put into Smash because he's a mainly underwater character, so it's kind of hard. Alright, so this is like a little mini game that we have where you use Mo, which is a shell guy, and it's basically alleyway where you hit Starfy around and try to do some objective. Alright, so that girl's trapped over there. We have to go and save her somehow. I remember getting stuck here. I forget what to do, so I'll probably forget again what to do. Alright, let's go through this door first. Alright, we got a vase. Maybe we got that guy. Oh, okay, he's teaching us our new move now. So right now we have I think it's called a rapid spin, where your first spin is gonna be, actually I think it only works underwater, but your first spin, or actually you can spin regularly, and you can but once you put movement in, like once you put a direction, you will have a more faster and a more powerful spin. And so with that we can break those blocks right there, and that will allow us to go to other areas like this one right here, and it allows you to go through the current. So if the current's going the opposite way, it doesn't matter, because now you can go through it, and it's not a big deal anymore. And then, like I said, you can also break through those blue blocks over there. Alright, so I think there's like a pattern or something that you're supposed to talk to these guys, or something like that. I forget what it was though. I think it's these guys first. Okay, yeah, so you talk to those guys. They feel all better. And then you go over back to the exit. And they're gonna attack the things that are attacking that girl over there. Or whatever it is. And then that will allow us to speak with her. And also open the door there. Okay. So, I guess we'll just go through the door that just got unlocked. Alright, save our game. And boss fight. And the save game guy or girl, mermaid, she looks a lot weirder. Like, if you saw her in the cutscene when we first got introduced to her, she looks a lot different than she does in the DS version. Like, she looks like a lot like she has like a masculine body, to be honest. Like when you see her in the cutscenes. Alright, so this guy right here, you have to lure him into these spikes. Alright, he actually didn't fall for it there. So you have to lure him into the spikes. And then, when he gets hit, you hit him. And that's basically it. I mean, as you can see, this game is pretty easy. I did die by the second boss 2 times. But other than that, this game is very easy. But there's nothing wrong with that. It's still a great game. And I guess that's why I enjoyed it so much as a kid, because it was the right amount of difficulty for me. But yeah, also, another character that was introduced other than Starfy in the DS version was, Bunsen, or I think that's his name, Bunsen, which is the bunny, who, gives Starfy the powers, like the dragon and the seal and all that stuff. And he's the prince of, I forget which, place it was, but he's a prince of something. And he has the special powers to help Starfy out like that. And, yeah. And basically you have to, like, save his ship and stuff. You have to find, like, his missing ship parts, because he crash landed. And, Starfy comes and helps him out. Also, the, easy part about this game is that when you die and get hit by the boss, like you saw before, when in the second level, I think it was, when you die, you actually, you have a different health bar for when you fight a boss than when you, like, go throughout the rest of the level. But, instead of, like, losing a life and, like, having to start over the level and stuff, you just lose a heart. So, like, when your boss meter, like, runs out, that just takes out a heart for your actual health, which makes it even more easier. But again, there's nothing wrong with that. It's a great game. But anyway, that is the legendary Starfy on the Game Boy Advance. Thank you guys all for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more Throwback Thursdays right here on Townick. Bye.